And the last thing I want to touch on, because we both played in the NFL. And we both played in the NFL, right? And we know how important leadership is. Not just amongst players, not just amongst owners, presidents, GMs, but amongst head coaches. We're going to touch on a little Urban Meyer for a second, man. Now, I'm going to give you my point of view. I think Urban Meyer, since he's gotten to Jacksonville, I don't think he's done things correctly just by certain hires. He brought in Tim Tebow, understanding Tim Tebow never played tight end in his life. Like, I don't know what made him think that was going to work out. And it's not a knock on Tim Tebow, because I love Tim Tebow as a human being, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. The hire of the strength coach of Iowa, after he had the racist incidents going on, right? And then you come to this one. And then you come to this one. Well, he in them streets now. He in them streets. I know he had his establishment, but if you're doing what you're doing, you in them damn streets. You know what I mean? We call it streets, or we can call it streets. Streets.
SKREETS. He was in them streets.
He in them streets.
Yeah.
And it's just sad to see, though, man, because you have a guy young like Trevor Lawrence, right? And you have these players who are putting their all in to trying to get a win and be successful. But then you have a head coach after a football game that don't even get on the plane with them. Like, I know if I'm playing, that would have bothered me. And we just
I've never experienced that in my carear.
Me either.
Yeah. That was new to me.
That would have bothered me. And the fact that now he has to gain the trust back from the players. And you've seen what these guys in Jacksonville are saying. Oh, he good. We laughed at him. This is this. Bro, how he gonna gain trust back? Like, I don't understand how he's gonna get that back. NFL locker room is tough, first of all, to even get respect and trust in anyway.
Because it's grown men.
Yeah.
Grown men.
But what's one thing that you didn't like? What's one thing that you didn't like that he brought up? What's one thing that you didn't like that he brought up?
I didn't like how he threw my Clemson guy under the bus.
What the hell Trevor Lawrence got to do with this?
Yeah, like, listen. Trevor Lawrence got married. He had a bachelor party. I don't give a damn where he had the bachelor.
Hey, he tried to bring Trevor. Hey, don't mention my name. Trevor probably like, God dang, coach, don't be mentioning my name in this.
Listen, it reminded me of the Kobe Shaq situation. God bless him. You know what I'm saying? When he got caught up in that situation, he like, people do it all the time. People like who? People like Shaq, like, you don't do that. You don't cross those lines. And to me, that's top 5 funniest coach press conference I've seen. Because as soon as I cut that shit on and I seen him with them glasses and he had like the sad face that coaches have after
he couldn't even look in the camera the whole time, man.
And he looked like an elementary kid who had to walk home from school thinking about what they was gonna tell their parents when they teacher was calling the house to tell them how to be acting. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, at the end of the day, I go back to what you said about not getting on the plane. I played 8 years in the NFL, and I never experienced that in life. Why you couldn't fly down, and if you wanted to go check on something, fly back up. You played on a Thursday night. You feel what I'm saying? So that means you get back Friday morning, fly back out. And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of times after a loss on a Thursday night game, we had to come in Friday.
Yes.
So I don't know how they running things in Jacksonville.
No, you're not mistaken. That's what most teams do, because you review the film.
Exactly.
And then at like 1 o'clock, you done.
Exactly.
Like you go in at 1 o'clock, you done.
Start mentally preparing for the next game. But now we got to come in and watch this film. We got to put this to bed. They call it a 48-hour rule or 24-hour rule, depending on who you're talking to. But that was just crazy, man. And like I said, it's us joking lighthearted, but the fact that you brought your franchise quarterback into it when he had nothing to do.
That man, you don't know. Now that man's wife may be like, "Hey, so what happened at your bachelor party? Like that coach got to bring you up. What does coach think was gonna happen at your bachelor party that he has to bring you up in his press conference? Now you putting him in situations with his old lady, but not only that though, I'm hearing rumblings that he didn't even address the team in a team meeting. They're addressing these guys individually in position meetings.
Wow,
Bro, you got to stand, you got to be 10 toes solid better than that now.
And look at it from a player perspective, man. If my coach will throw me under the bus, and obviously I'm not saying Trevor did anything wrong or he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, it's just the fact that you shouldn't have brought his name up, period.
But the fact that you brought his name into that, what are you going to tell the people upstairs when y'all not winning? Because if you throw him under the bus in this realm, I know what you'll do in this actual inside the lines. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's a tough.
That man said, yeah, and I told Trevor, like when he told me he was going to his bachelor party, Trevor probably like, what the hell?
Right. People go on bachelor parties before they get married, men and women. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell you gotta tell Trevor that Trevor don't already know before he go on his bachelor party?
But like you said, bro, I take it back to the beginning. It's hard to gain trust of an NFL locker room.
Yeah.
And keeping it a buck, he hasn't, in my humble opinion, made the best choices since he's been down there. That's no knock on Tim Tebow, but don't let anybody ever, to the listeners out there, don't let anybody ever tell you relationships don't matter.
Oh yeah, they mean everything. They're more valuable than money.
Don't let anybody ever tell you that. So it's unfortunate to see because I think Jacksonville has a lot of talent.
They do. They just got to put it. They got to put it together, add more things to it, put it together, and then I think they'll have a successful season. But right now they're just not there yet. But it's so many distractions going on from this team. Like it's things here, things there, and they're brought by the head man.
The head weak, the body follow.
The head man in charge.
Man, you don't see Tomlin doing that. You don't see Belichick. You know what I'm saying? Hell, those guys are old coaches. Let's go to some of the young coaches. You don't see my man out there with the Chargers doing that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You don't see my man in Philly. You don't see my man in Philly doing that. You don't see Arthur Smith in Atlanta doing that. You know, like so. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's for sure.
Shout out man.
To Trevor Lawrence, man. You stay safe out here, bro.
Hey, you stay solid out here, Trevor. Man, we got your back. We got your back. We got your back. But I know the first thing my lady would say is like, hell, coach bringing you up for? I don't know, baby. He crazy. I don't know, coach. I don't know what coach talking about. He crazy. Coach tripping. Man. You know, he probably done had some wine. He tripping.
Right.